As digital entrepreneurs, we rely a lot on our phones and our computers to get work done, but sometimes these tools aren't necessarily working for us, but against us. So in this video, I'm going to show you some quick configurations, some hacks to take your productivity, your focus, and your income to the next level. First up, let's start by turning off all notifications on our phone. And I know this may be difficult for some of you guys because we're so freaking dependent on our phones, but this is what you do. You just go to settings. Once you're in settings, you go to notifications, and you're gonna have like all these apps on there. And if you literally just go to one, for example, YouTube, you just go here. You completely turn off the notification. If you don't want to take it to that extreme, what you can do is you can disable all the alerts up top, and you can still kind of keep the badges on. That's what I do for some of the apps, but I would strongly recommend to just turn them all off. This next productivity hack is going to tell Apple to stop sending you in-app reviews, okay? And this is how you do it. Once again, you're in settings, you're gonna go ahead and click your name. Once you are inside your Apple ID, all you have to do is click on iTunes and App Store. Then you're gonna just toggle off the in-app ratings and reviews. So just switch it off, and you won't get bothered anymore by developers interrupting the workflow that you are doing while you are working on some apps. And by the way, most of these hacks take place in settings. Just a heads up. Sometimes whenever you make some type of interaction with your phone, you may accidentally see some notifications, and then that pulls you into your phone. So this next hack, you are going to just scroll down. Once again, you're in settings, to display and brightness, and you're gonna just turn that off. The raise to wake, you just want that completely off, and that's gonna prevent you from like any single time that I pick it up, I no longer see anything on my screen. Just black at all times. If you already aren't using the do not disturb feature, I highly recommend it. I have it most of the time when I'm, doing and engaging with work. The only people that are able to call me are my mom, my dad, and my sister. So do not fear if you think that you're not gonna have any other like incoming calls. You can choose who you actually let contact you whenever you are in do not disturb mode. And that's really easy to get to. All you have to do is just bring it down, and boom, right there, easy. Most iPhones now have the OLED screen, so black wallpapers actually save battery life as much as 60%. I personally have my wallpaper, it's black. My lock screen's also black, but I wanted to squeeze some text in there not to make it look so freaking, simple. To change the wallpaper, easy, just go to settings, scroll down to wallpaper. Once you're there, you can just choose a new wallpaper, and you can, put whatever you like on there. The next few hacks requires you downloading some apps. And this is actually gonna help you take that information that you're storing on your phone and be able to view it anywhere, okay? By uploading all the data to the cloud. My favorite one that I personally use is Google. I use Google Drive, Gmail, Google Calendar, Google Photos, Google Translate, and one of my personal favorites that lets me type insanely quick is the Gboard, okay? If you've never heard of the Gboard, it's super freaking sick. It's the smartest keyboard, and it actually saves me so much time when I'm texting. It uses this like swipe feature that at first it might feel a little bit uncomfortable, but you get used to it in like 30 minutes. P.S. The world record for typing on a phone is actually set by the swiping method, so that's another reason why the Gboard is super freaking cool. These next few apps will specifically help you for productivity purposes. I can't recommend the Evernote app enough. We just get random bursts of ideas, and I either use that one or the native app within the iPhones, which is the voice memos, and that just allows me to record anything that's on my mind at any point in time. So Evernote and voice memos, perfect for anything that just comes to mind at any time, any place. Now for meditation, I used to use an app called Calm. That one's pretty great, but now I'm using this one called Waking Up, and it's amazing. It has so many lessons inside of it, so much content in this alone. You can also have your own timer. I usually do 10 minutes of meditation in the morning, sometimes during the day or at night, but you can program it up to 30 minutes, and you can do like a little self timer. It keeps track of the amount of time that you've meditated within the app, and it also has your current streak. Storing passwords is also huge for me, and I store this inside of an app called Dashlane. This actually helps you create passwords, store passwords, and it syncs in the cloud, so I can store any passwords to any websites and also to any apps on my phone, and then also on my computer. Highly recommend it. And as an honorable mention, I can say LastPass is another one that's great. I've used it in the past, but I love Dashlane. When it comes to numbers, I deleted the calculator app within the iPhone, and I've installed another one that's called numerical. This one actually tracks specific numbers, right? For example, you can do 5 times 5. You actually see the numbers that you've been typing in there. On the iPhone, you won't have these, right? You only just kind of see what you had going on up there, and sometimes, you know, people forget. So it's really useful in that sense, and the calculator itself is really freaking smart, and you can switch it up if you like. They have a bunch of different cool themes. I prefer this one. Now let me tell you guys about this really amazing app called Forest, which if you are familiar with the Pomodoro technique, this app allows you to go anywhere between 10 minutes to 120 minutes of focus time. And basically it reenacts you planting a tree. So it's super cool in that sense. And then you start earning coins, and then with those coins that you earn, you can actually plant trees in real life. So somebody else in another part of the world is doing it for you. Now I'm just using this, and it stays on this screen, and you can go ahead and, you know, do whatever other tasks you need to and really be focused and stay off your phone. But a lot of people that are used to tracking specific times in their day, this just makes it so much easier. So if you want, I highly recommend Forest. Super cool tool in order to stay focused and really see where you are allocating your time and at what times of day you're doing so. And it also has that really cool feature where you can actually help plant trees in real life. To wrap things up, I want to leave you guys with a couple last tips. Number 1, set up your home screen for deep learning, okay? I do this by having a few apps that allow me to keep on learning if I'm going to be on my phone, such as Medium, we have my Google Drive, Audible, Spotify, which I listen to a lot of podcasts in, and then a few of the other apps that I mentioned earlier. So whichever ones are actually going to help you be productive and actually make sense to be in your home screen, and you won't get flooded with notifications, I suggest you put them on there. And on the next screen is where I actually have all the notifications. I have my emails, I have my social media, all that stuff that I would be bombarded with that tries to get my attention is on that second screen. The only exception that I have is Instagram right there, and that's because I choose when to go on Instagram, and I just use it for stories since I'm always documenting what I do a lot of work online, and Instagram is just my favorite to document what I'm doing on the daily. I use it as a tool to build rapport with my audience, and that's what's there. Now you've optimized your phone to avoid a bunch of distractions, get work done much faster, and you be the one that's in control, not your phone, not you being bombarded with notifications and it asking for your attention, which nowadays is extremely easy to lose. So set it up, because the more time that you're actually spending on your phone with no purpose whatsoever, you're taking away from the life that you could be living. So that's why I highly suggest you implementing all these things. And once again, this is Alvarado. I hope you enjoyed this video.